Well, 2023, you and VP finally ended the whole copyright lawsuit. It had been going on for years.
It wasn't for years. It was a copyright lawsuit. It was about, because in Jamaica, right, they have some law that they drafted that they need to update or amend. That gives the producers some form of ownership of your intellectual property. Yeah, that's not the case in the States. Yeah, so I did research on that. I realized that the Rome Convention and stuff like that, and Jamaica is a signatory to some of the bodies around the world, that they should have amended the law to let the producers stop exploiting the artist, because they believe that because they owned the tape or they owned the studio or whatever you go to record, they own you as an artist, your work. So that was what I have been advocating for years, for artists to get their fair share.
Okay, and was that finally worked out?
I'm not going to say much about it because, yeah, but
Still-
the message
still
to
going?
artists are just know you're right.
Okay. Well, that same year, you ended up developing a polyp on your vocal cords,
Right.
and you had to get laser surgery to remove it.
Yeah.
It's pretty serious.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, especially as a singer.
Yep.
Were you worried that you wouldn't be able to sing again after going through that?
Yeah, because any form of work done to the vocal box can result in that negative part of the procedure. But it was good. I went to a top specialist and he was able to remove the polyp. I had to shut the vocals down for months, like 3 months. And I think it came back better because I'm not singing no more with a hoarseness. But I have to warm the vocals. Like even this morning I performed on PIX, Pix 11. And I didn't get a chance to warm the vocal because they threw me right into the performance. And the first note, boom, crack. So I have to warm the vocals before I go on stage.
You and Spice went at it at one point, and I interviewed her. Your name came up.
Mm.
Was it over the whole gay thing? Like in terms of like she would bring gay fans on stage, but you said you wouldn't do that, but you would take pictures with gay fans, or what was that whole thing over?
No. It was just a correction. But we're over that, man. I think she's a great person. She works very hard. She's a model dancehall artist where people, I think more younger artists should look at her work ethics. I think she prides herself on working very hard. She understands my growth, I think, and I understand where she was coming from. Yeah. So, but she's one of the artists that I truly respect a lot. And I think one of the problems that I had with her, because I expected a certain level of respect from her, especially when dealing with the other females. So, but we're good, man. We're good.
I mean, homophobia has always been sort of a very interesting thing in Jamaica.
It was let me tell you, it was your interview that I did.
Yeah.
And when I told you that I took pictures with the tranny people, so it became a big thing in the basement in Jamaica's music scene. Like, oh, I took pictures with tranny.
Okay.
But then we saw top artists, wearing ear extensions and all of that stuff. So I think Jamaican people are just from that side of the business are just hypocritical. I've seen other artists taking pictures with, those type of people as well. So I don't think it's a big issue. It's never about that. I always allow people to be people.
Well, look, in America, I've always said, you're going to have an openly gay rapper at some point. And now you have Lil Nas X, who recently got arrested for beating up some cops naked. Tyler, the Creator, is gay. I mean, he's not completely openly gay, but he's rapped about, being gay and so forth. I mean, Frank Ocean's not a rapper, but he is a singer that overlaps a lot with hip hop, openly gay. Do you think you'll ever see an openly gay reggae artist
I
from
don't
Jamaica?
I don't think the space is. I don't think Jamaicans are there yet. I don't think they're there yet. Will they get there? I don't know. I don't know if they'll ever get there. I've seen where, especially the females, embrace people from that community. Like, the females, they really, really have a good relationship with that community. So back in the days, I don't think someone being so flamboyant or so open would be able to walk around in Jamaica just like that and don't get like criticized or discriminated against. But now I think more especially the females, I think they accept it. So what I do, I stay over in my lane and you stay in your lane, and we're good. We have a good society.
Look, I can guarantee you there are a bunch of popular reggae artists that are secretly gay in terms of men. I'm sure of it. It's just gay people gravitate towards the arts. It just is what it is.
I wouldn't put it past what you're saying, because I think there are more effeminate behaviors with some of the most treasured artists in Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think, but it's just a society. I think the society. If you're really loved, if you're idolized, then you can behave a certain way, and the fans will let it pass. But what you're saying can be true based on the behavioral patterns.
Sure. They might have some kids for show, but secretly they have a boyfriend that's just quietly, being kept that way. I mean, it almost reminds me of the Tyler Perry situation. Like, he's being sued by a guy claiming that, he was sexually harassed and so forth. Tyler, his core community is the black church. And I think he understands that if he came out openly gay, even though he dresses like a woman, I don't think it would surprise anybody. I think his core community would have a problem with it. So that's why you could have a major artist, if they came out and said, listen, I've been gay this whole time, do you think that he would be, he's so brave, let's do a big concert for him? Or do you think that people start canceling shows on him?
If they idolize him, that's what I'm telling you. If they idolize you, it's fine with them. Trust me. But as I said before, people live their lives, man. People live their lives in their way. As long as, no one infringes on my space, we're good.
Yeah, listen, if you want to be gay, be gay.
Right. Right.
I've never had a problem with it.
Right.
And I've always found people who had this sort of anger and hatred towards gay people, I almost see this, they're trying to hide something themselves.
There's also, I think there's a level of exploitation too from people in the community, the quote unquote straight nation community, where they will use these this, what do you call them, this part of the gender for means, yeah, to achieve certain things, status, whatever, popularity, whatever. So that's also something you have to pay attention to as well. There's a level of exploitation with that world as well.